Hello everybody and welcome to Soul Awareness. My name is Jane and I do beautiful source energy readings for you. And whatever messages want to come through that day is what comes in. If you feel this resonates, well, I'm so glad. I hope you get a lot out of this. I love it when they come in and they give a lot of great insight, great advice that you can just let sit on your soul. That's what I always think. Let it sit in there. Let it percolate. Let it take a moment and hit something. Okay? So the first card that I put up on my little makeshift pedestal here is the embodiment of Pentacles. And I call him Sturdy Stanley, usually when there's a king on the picture. And what happens with him is that he's very comfortable where he is, right? He's somebody who's accumulated resources. For some people that means riches, but for some people it just means a lot of wisdom, a lot of insight. He has studied patterns. He knows how things work. He's very, very successful in his own right. He sits in success, and I absolutely love that. Now, I was taking a look at the cards. It took me a long time. I know you guys see me go real fast at the beginning, and I really enjoy pulling the cards, but I took my time today, and I may have speeded it up faster than what it looks, but it really took me a minute to take these out, and I was really, really paying attention to them. And the thing that I noticed is that there's a lot of mastering energy. And as I was going, it felt like a book, like those self-help books, right? That you read to help yourself, like 10 ways to do this, 5 ways to get this, you know? And I believe that this is their way of saying. So are we counting them? Let's count them so I can put it on the video. It'll also help the video if I put numbered things. So I'm just going to take a little paper and I'm going to make a little... Number one is learn to master what you need to. You have 3 different kings that came out on the table. And that tells me that they want you to master the things that you are passionate about. Just like I love doing these videos and I keep wanting to get better at them, right? I want to speak clearly. I want the messages to come and really come and get the people that it needs. And I want to do it in a very beautiful, gentle, and okay way. Although last week's videos, I'm sorry, there was no gentle way of doing it. But this is... You know, this is what I practice. I practice this and it feels good. It feels good in my energy. It feels good to put these videos out. And that's the one thing they want you to do. It's not mastering as in getting 100% on the test. It's mastering what you love to do. Going the best that you can be right now at this moment. Now, it doesn't mean that it doesn't leave room for improvement. But when you're always going that one step more, I don't know, you're just always working at 100% of your capacity. And I feel that's what they're saying. Don't just, you know, slide by. Don't just, well, that should work. If you're doing it that way and you're dragging your feet, maybe it's time to explore if you really want to do what you're doing. The things that you love to do, because I know there's some things that we don't love to do, but we're forced to do them. But if you're going to give time to the things that you love, how you develop that relationship for it to start going further and developing into something, let's say you have a career you're not too fond of, but you're working on the side on something you really love, the only way for that thing to move forward is to always be giving 100%. And that's what I'm thinking here. Give 100%. That's number one. Give 100%. If you can learn something new, if you can take 10 minutes and learn something new that's going to put you up above, another notch up, do it in all the different elements and fields. The King of Wands is all about being a leader. The King of Pentacles, it's all about having the skills and the wisdom. And the King of Cups is being cool as a cucumber, when everything is falling apart around you. Okay? So that's one. Let's take a look. These cards I just got for myself near my birthday, right? They're the Book of Five Rings. It's the Book of Five Rings by, and I'm sorry if I'm massacring, Miyamoto Musashi. But this is brand new to me. See, this is my always going one step further. And this one says, Musashi said, when all the conditions are met and there's perhaps a favorable wind or a tailwind, set sail. If the wind changes within a few miles of your destination, you must row across the remaining distance without sail. I feel it's talking about adapting, okay? But I'm going to read what it says. Don't let setbacks get you down. If you make a plan with due diligence, one in which you believe, whether it be in life or in business, don't give up at the first sign of a problem. Take advantage of the favorable factors you identified. But if things go wrong and your contingency plans are scoopered, then do not turn the boat around. Roll up your sleeves and work hard to achieve your goals. Absolutely. Absolutely. Be that person that does the extra mile, not that person who complains that things didn't go their way. And that is number 2. Okay? Sometimes you're going to have to roll up your sleeves and do it. I do believe that chop wood is the one that accompanies. It even has the similar colors. Okay? When things aren't going exactly the way you want it, go up there and chop some wood. Okay? Get the work done. Do the hard thing. Sweep the floor. Okay? You don't have a chainsaw to do it. You don't have an automatic wood chopper. It didn't come all chopped. Well, you know, sharpen up that axe and chop it. Get to be good at it. Get to be so good at it that you're never left without an option of what to do when things start getting rough. Look at the adapting, when you have to adapt to something, like he says, when you have to like row the rest of the way, look at it as becoming the best rower you can be. Seeing what you can do to make it easier, to, you know, have something in place, a contingency plan, so that if next time something like that happens, you can get out of it. You know, it's the mother of invention. And we forget that. We just look at it like, oh, I've got to do this? Why do I have to do this? This is so hard. And that's not really the point. The point is, get good at everything. Okay? Take it as an opportunity to a challenge, if you want. A challenge to do more. Okay? I love that. Now, along with that, or I should say along with this, I'll put this down, it's the confusion, okay? The moon card means 2 different things. Always does. There's a, you know, one to the other with that one. Always one to the other. The thing about the moon is that it represents illusion and confusion. In other words, I always like to give this primary example. Moon doesn't shine her own light. It's reflected by the sun. Yet when you look in the sky, you can definitely see, especially in a full moon, there's definitely light up there, right? It lights up the sky. Sometimes I could drive by it. It is so bright. But it's still a reflection of the sun. But it's like having these 2 factions. The one faction saying, yeah, but it's not its own light. And the other one's going, but there's definitely a light up there, right? What is the answer? They're both right. And only a truly person, and this is the second meaning of the card, a person who can sit there and really let in intuition, okay, will know that there are much more, there's like a mystical side to all of this, such as the moon. The moon has a mystical side. It's got many meanings, right? And if you're open and aware, you'll be able to see both sides. There's the magic. There's the intuition, okay? So if you let that intuition in, you are more likely to find answers to your problems. You know, those problems that arise when you're going down the road and suddenly it's not working anymore? Yeah, that thing. Okay? So, absolutely. The next part that comes in, they're kind of all connected, is move your body. And I'm going to put chop wood back up here because that's definitely exercise. Move your body, move your emotion. So where are we at? I think I forgot to say 3, but this would be 4. The moon thing was 3. 4. Movement is, I have found out in the last year, because I've been doing a lot of walking. By the way, I just celebrated my 1-year award for walking. 365 days of walking. Is something I'd set out to do less January, February, and I did it, and I'm continuing on. I haven't stopped. I'm so grateful. It has helped me in more ways than just helping me get stronger, my legs stronger, my stamina longer, all of that stuff. It's also helped me right here when my emotions get to be too much for me, because I'm at that point where hormones are decreasing and they're causing a lot of different things to happen in my body, and then my mind gets involved and I start feeling off. Going for a walk, doing a little bit of exercise, going outside, moving my body, even just dancing to music has helped me keep me sane. When you are faced with obstacles, going to take a walk out in nature, going to have a dance, moving your body is one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself. It helps move everything around. It helps keep that vessel of yours functioning at high efficiency, which is what we need for energy efficiency. So that is 4. Work. I put chop wood back here because, of course, chopping wood is a physical activity, right? So I'm putting it back up here for you so that you can see this. Now I'm going to put the book, the moon back up here for the reason that when I was shuffling, I did notice this. You see this? The moon and the moon. Look, look. They're different. I think one's waxing, one's waning. It doesn't matter. They're both like sliver moons. So we're going to hang on to that. We're going to embrace that notion. Okay? So you have the moon and embracing. I love embracing. And when I looked at the book, the one thing that it did tell me is that it says embrace. So are you paying attention? We're at 5 now. Embrace all of your life, both the dark and the light. Did we already talk about that, though? Can I actually call it 5? I think I might have mentioned it. I think it came in with this one right here, right? I don't know. We'll keep going. Dance with your shadow and reclaim parts of yourself that you've denied. Embrace your past and what has been hidden or denied. No, we're going to continue on. We're going to call it number 5. I'm going to tell you why. Because this part is telling you to embrace the illusion. I don't know. I'm going to leave it here, although I think I'm kind of cheating. Sorry about that. Oh well, it's okay. It's okay. Embrace all that is. Embrace the moon's illusion, right? So somebody tells you, you say, look at the moon and look at that beautiful light she is casting, and some smart aleck is standing there going, she doesn't actually have her own light. You can go, I'm embracing the fact that she does. I'm embracing her light. I'm embracing the light that she is reflecting, because she definitely has a light of her own. I am looking at it. I'm embracing. I'm embracing the shadow side to know that she doesn't have one. But I'm also embracing the fact that I can see it, and it's beautiful regardless. So, you can even embrace the smart aleck who told you, because he's trying to give you information and let you know that things are not as they appear. He's trying to show you the illusion. Knowledge is always good. And sometimes you can think to yourself, this person's just trying to make me look stupid. No, they're not. No, they're not. Okay? So, I think I'm going to stop counting here because you know what? I think they're so tied in together. I'm going to stop at 5. Whatever I say. I'm going to say 5 things. 5 things that you need to know right now. But this, they're all so intertwined because you can't have one without the other. I mean, if I keep going, chop wood, I could say chop wood and the 8 of Pentacles are together. If you're going to do work, do it well. That could be 5, right? Do the best, but it's attached to be the master, be the best at what you do. So it's like they're all kind of touching one another somehow. Okay? So, who is this? I think this is Diligent Dave. I think that's what I called him. No, Dedicated Darren. Oh, who cares? Diligent Dave or Dedicated Darren, whoever this is, or Debbie in this case. Do the very best that you can all the time. But I've already said that. Be the master, okay? But take it to that level where when you're doing your thing, like I'm doing my thing, you know that you're putting all of your heart, your soul, and your focus in it. This year, I have to remind people again that we're a year of 9, the Hermit. The Hermit is an introspective kind of energy. It's very self-reflective. There's a lot of perspective, and there's a lot of wisdom that comes into it. Now, some people would think, oh, I need to be in a hermit cave all year and just think things through. You could, but you could also just take these little things and just really, I'm going to say the word savor and focus on every little piece, every little thing, and give it your all. Give it your energy. If anything, I would say pick a few favorite things, chosen things, and really put your focus into them. Give them all the love, attention, mastery that you can. And the Hermit year will probably serve you very well. Not only that, it's going to be a tasty, savory kind of year. Because everything that you do, you're going to tinker at it and work at it and make it a really good recipe of whatever you want to bring in. Okay? It's almost like a guide, and I tell people all the time when I'm speaking to them, if you're feeling the intensity to slow down, know that you're in a Hermit year. It's actually asking you to slow down. You'll probably perform a lot better if you do. Okay? If it's asking you to take a minute and just enjoy whatever, take that minute and enjoy it. Okay? So, there you go. We have the card of New Beginnings. I like that. I do feel that it ties in to the Hermit. We are heading into new beginnings. If not this year, next year, we're walking towards it. Okay? And what we're doing this year is that we are honing in on all our skill sets. We're finding out where our strengths are. We're turning our weaknesses into strengths. We're realizing that weaknesses are strengths. Okay? And we're learning to love everything. That's what I'm thinking. If you're really into this, you're learning to love movement. You're starting to form an appreciation for things. And I think that's the big one, appreciation. I wanted to mention before I continue, because we have the Spirit of Wands, and I didn't talk about it, but you have both the Spirit of Wands and the King of Wands. When I have a set, or a couple, like I call them, I feel that when you see them together, it's saying that there's some sort of beautiful balance coming in. This being fire energy, I think it's about your passions. It's about balancing out, finally realizing what my passion is. A lot of us, myself included, sometimes are at a loss of what our passions are. I know I spent many years going, I really don't know what I like. I really don't know what to do. I really don't know what I like. But I've soon realized that even the times I tell people I had a whole other channel for about 3 years elsewhere, doing something very different. It was about helping people get out of debt, or trying to, and that channel didn't really take off. I realized that channel was defunct, and somehow it just didn't wanna. I had started it out as something else, and I think that the algorithm just didn't want to see it as anything else. And the problem with that is that it was it really killed my motivation. It made me feel so bad. I thought somehow I was the problem. But inside of that, I learned a lot about myself, of how I felt about myself, how negatively I talked about myself. I also learned how to do a lot of YouTube stuff, how to, do it faster, better, and be more efficient at it. And it prepared me for this channel. When this one took off, it is exactly what I needed at the time. I needed to get out of work, and I needed something that helped, and I was here at the right moment at the right time. Now it has gone down a little bit, but I'm doing this now, and I think that it helps. And I have a lot of people, they say, oh, I don't know why I got so popular. It was a pandemic. That's why. There are a lot of people at home, a lot of people looking for answers. Okay, it's not a mystery. It's not. There's a reason for everything. It's still magical. But you can explain things. So I'm not discouraged, even though this kind of died down a little bit. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking to empower people. I'm looking to take this in a different direction. And I'm so glad that everybody who's new, who joined, because I've seen new names, new comments pop up, and I'm so happy to have you. I feel welcome. Welcome here, and I hope that you stay here a long, long time. I hope you enjoy these. I hope you get a lot from them. That's my goal. That regardless of where you are in life, you can always get a little tidbit of wisdom that can leave you at the end of this video going, I can use that. That's what I want. So we're talking about new beginnings. Let's bring it back into where it was. New beginnings are coming. They are. They're right on the horizon here. You're just waiting for it. The sun's about to hit it. The moon's going to go. You'll be all set with your shadows, with your sun, with the light, the dark, your resources. That's going to be your resources. Your mastered energies, okay? Your body that's ready to move and shift the energy to make it do what you want. Even when you're not at your best, you know how to move it to make it feel better, so that tomorrow you can do more, right? You're not going to let, as they say, don't let setbacks get you down. And if you can master just that one thing, you're going to be unstoppable. If you look at anybody who's done anything with their lives, they've had massive setbacks. They just never gave up. And I consider myself in that bunch of people. And I do consider myself a success, even though I'm not at the caliber monetarily as other people are, or maybe or that my message doesn't quite, radiate as far as others. In my little corner of the world, I am massively successful and very happy with that success. I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that you dropped by. And I hope that you are making notes of these things and start working on all these big points that I've come to talk about today. These will help you exponentially, and will only make you stronger as the months and the years go by. So we're going to work on that this week. I think they're going to focus on that, which is fantastic. I love it when they focus on the positive. And thank you so much for being here. This is my other channel, Life Path Number 2. If you click on it, there's a video on the homepage that explains what that is. They're short weekly videos that I post. And over here is a playlist of other videos such as these in case you're interested. Thank you so much for being here. Love, light, and blessings. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.